100 years ago, on 25th of May 1926 at 2 p.m., Symon Vasyliovych Petliura, an outstanding Ukrainian political and public figure, journalist and writer, was mortally wounded in an assassination attack at the corner of Rue Racine and Boulevard Saint-Michel in Paris. He served as chairman of the Directory and Supreme Commander of the Armed Force of the Ukrainian National Republic. Petliura was born in Poltava on 10th of May 1879. Of the extended Petliura's family, only his sisters Maryna, Feodosiia and Mariamna remained in Poltava after the establishment of Soviet rule. His brother Oleksandr and nephew Stepan emigrated to Poland, which enabled them to survive the period of the Great Terror of the 1937-1938, during which Maryna and Feodosiia were executed. Among the exhibits are photographs of Petliura's family home at 20 Zahorodnia Street, now Captain Volodymyr Kiseliov Street, as well as portraits and archival documents. Petliura's wife, Olga Apanasievna, and their daughter Lesa also left Ukraine. Warm family relations are evident in the surviving family photographs. For security reasons, however, family members saw one another infrequently, often living at different addresses in different cities and even in different countries. From November 1920s, Symon Petliura directed the work of the government of the Ukrainian National Republic in exile while residing in Poland, Austria, Hungary and Switzerland. In October 1924, he settled in Paris, where he launched the weekly newspaper Trizub, The Trident, and continued to perform his duties as chairman of the Directory and Supreme Commander of the UNR. In the autumn of 1925, Olga Apanasievna and their daughter also moved to Paris. The family lived in two-room apartment at the 7 Rue des Écoles in the Latin Quarter for a short time. The exhibition features a photograph of the windows of their top-floor apartment as well as an image of one of its rooms. Nearby is a photograph of the location near Gibert's bookshop where the attack on Petliura took place. On the 30th of May 1926, a farewell ceremony was held for the Supreme Commander. The funeral service began at 3 p.m. in the Romanian Orthodox Church, which Petliura attended every Sunday. The funeral procession then proceeded to Montparnasse Cemetery, where he was buried. Contemporary photographs demonstrate the scale of public participation in the mourning ceremony. A desk mask was taken from Petliura's face before the burial. A copy of this mask is displayed in the exhibition. The trial of Petliura's assassin, Samuel Schwarzbart, took place from 18 to 26 October 1927. Influenced by widespread misinformation disseminated in the press and by pressure exerted during the proceedings, the jury ultimately acquitted the defendant. The trial and related events were extensively covered in the pages of Trizub. Recently published materials from Soviet intelligence archives documenting surveillance of the Ukrainian diaspora shed new light on these events. Copies of these documents presented in the exhibition reveal that despite the anticipated confusion and disorientation following Petliura's death, the Ukrainian community abroad became even more united. Perhaps the most significant living memorial to Petliura is the Ukrainian library that bears his name. It is the oldest Ukrainian institution in Western Europe and an important center of Ukrainian cultural life in France. The library was founded in 1926 on the initiative of Vyacheslav Prokopovich. Its first director was Ivan Rudachev, a native of Poltava region and longtime friend of Petliura. Today, the library's collection comprises approximately 30,000 volumes, including significant holdings of periodicals and archival materials. It also incorporates the Symon Petliura Museum, which preserves his personal belongings, banners of Ukrainian military units from the period of the Ukrainian Revolution of 1917-1921, military decorations, Ukrainian banknotes, and other historical artifacts. The memory of Symon Petliura continues to be honored by Ukrainian institutions abroad. In 1932, the Symon Petliura Cross was established as an award. Initially conferred upon participants of the Ukrainian Revolution of 1917-1921, it later became the highest state distinction of the government of the Ukrainian People's Republic in exile. A replica of this award is presented in the exhibition alongside commemorative postcards and badges produced by Ukrainian emigrant communities abroad. Independent Ukraine has likewise preserved the memory of its distinguished compatriot. In 1992, at the initiative of the local Prosvita Society, the first Petliura readings were held in Poltava, as this year marks the 11th edition of the scholarly gathering. For many residents of Poltava, the collection of essays he belonged to the cohort of leaders was their first introduction to the fact that Symon Petliura was native of their city. The question of erecting a monument to the Supreme Commander in Poltava remains relevant today. The exhibition Symon Petliura Century of Memory presents designs submitted to the All-Ukrainian Open Architectural Competition for the construction of monument to Symon Petliura in Poltava held in 2021.